In 1913, the British Empire controlled a quarter of the world's landmass, one country ruling over 400 million people, a staggering feat of power and dominance. Fast forward a century, and Britain's economy is now being compared to Mississippi, the poorest state in the US. How did this happen? How did an empire that extracted $64.82 trillion from India alone end up struggling with sky-high taxes, an overstretched healthcare system, and unaffordable housing? More importantly, where did all that wealth go? To understand Britain's decline, we have to look beyond the surface, and what I found might change the way you think about economic power. The British Empire wasn't just built on military conquest, it built an economic system that controlled global trade. For over 200 years, Britain drained wealth from its colonies while positioning London as the world's financial hub. India alone contributed $64.82 trillion to Britain, a staggering transfer of wealth. Africa and the Caribbean saw resources, labor, and raw materials redirected into British industries and banks. Even after these nations won independence, Britain's financial infrastructure remained intact. That's why London is still one of the wealthiest cities in the world today. But here's the problem. This wealth wasn't built on Britain itself. It was built on an external supply chain of riches that eventually ran out. Walk through London's financial district and you'll see towering banks, multi-billion-dollar law firms, and global hedge funds. London alone is worth over $600 billion, a figure bigger than Argentina's entire economy. But step outside London, and Britain's reality shifts dramatically. 50% of Britain's economy comes from London alone. Cities like Manchester, Birmingham, and Liverpool have faced decades of underinvestment. Productivity outside London is among the lowest in Western Europe. This is what economists call a two-speed economy. London thrives while much of the country is left behind. And the consequences? They're hitting everyday life hard. One of the biggest shocks in Britain today is its housing crisis, a crisis that's crushing both locals and immigrants alike. London rents jumped 17% in a single year. The highest spike since 2007, the average house price has surged 1,000% since the 1980s, while wages have barely kept up. Inheritance tax is 40%, making it costly to pass property to the next generation. Energy bills have tripled, forcing many families to skip heating their homes in winter. Britain's economy is running on high costs, high taxes, and low wage growth, a recipe for economic stagnation. Britain's National Health Service, NHS, was once a global symbol of free and universal health care. But today, the system is in freefall. 7.4 million people are waiting for treatments and surgeries. 124,000 NHS positions remain unfilled, from doctors to nurses to support staff. Many healthcare workers are quitting for private jobs or moving abroad for better pay. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by emergency cases they can't afford to train staff or upgrade equipment. And the worst part? Even when the NHS gets more funding, inflation and rising costs eat it up. Britain's once world-class healthcare system is slowly collapsing. You'd expect a country with London's wealth to be leading in innovation, industry, and global competitiveness, but in reality, the UK's productivity has barely improved in 2 decades. Wages have stagnated, leading to a record brain drain as top talent leaves for better opportunities elsewhere. Manufacturing and exports have shrunk as the country over-relies on finance to sustain its economy. This is a classic case of Dutch disease, when one booming sector like finance chokes the rest of the economy. Britain relies too much on London while neglecting industry, technology, and innovation. Britain's decline isn't just about one empire's downfall, it's a warning to every major economy. Wealth never lasts without constant renewal. Investment in new industries, housing, healthcare, and infrastructure. Because here's the truth, empires don't collapse from outside attacks, they crumble from within. Britain's history proves that good times breed complacency, and complacency breeds decline. And in a rapidly shifting global economy, this is a lesson no country can afford to ignore. So what do you think? Is Britain's decline reversible, or is it destined to follow the fate of fallen empires? Let's discuss in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history, economics, and global power shifts. Subscribe to InfoFusion for more eye-opening content.